Have you ever been told you might have a mast cell disorder, but you're struggling to understand what that actually means and what mast cells are and why they work in the way that they do? Hi, my name's Luke, and I'm the dietitian at Active Health Clinic, and I just wanted to give you a quick analogy about what mast cells are and what they do and what happens when they seem to play up in mast cell activation syndrome, or MCAS. So we can think about mast cells as the soldiers on the wall guarding the medieval castle. If you're a Game of Thrones fan like myself, you might think about it as the King's Guard on the wall at King's Landing. And what mast cells do is they sit under the surface of your skin and in your connective tissue in all different organs of your body and react to threats that are perceived or real. When those threats try to penetrate the barrier of your skin or your gastrointestinal tract or your airways, are the three main ones, but others as well. And mast cells play a very important role, just like the soldiers that watch the top of this castle wall. They watch and react to the army or the threat coming over the hill and looking to battle and take over the city. And the mast cells, or the soldiers, do two important roles. They signal the alarm. So they tell the city or the rest of the body that, hey, there's a threat coming. We need to get our defenses ready. They signal to the cavalry. They signal to the foot soldiers that are going to leave the gate of the city and actually go out to meet and battle these intruders. You can think of these like white blood cells that actually go and battle and kill the invading threat into our body. But they also draw their bows and arrows and attack the invaders themselves. They put the big rocks in the cannonball thrower and throw them themselves too. And mast cells in the body have this process of degranulating or not self-destructing, but yeah, self-destructing and releasing a whole bunch of different chemicals that are meant to fight and keep the intruder or the threat at bay. Now, this is a very important process in the body, and it's actually mandatory for our health. If we didn't have these systems, we would get infections and be very sick all of the time. But what happens in mast cell activation disorder or a mast cell activation syndrome is that these soldiers act like they're on a 48-hour shift at the end of the 48-hour shift and like they've had 10 cans of energy drink. And they get scared and react to pretty much anything and everything. And that will differ from person to person with MCAS. If we go back to our soldiers example, some of the soldiers might actually, they're so tired, but they're so wired, they might react to the sound of thunder in the far off distance and draw their swords at that. Or they might put an arrow to their bow at a large tree, making a shadow on the castle wall in the wind, or a leaf flying past, when they're not really threats to the safety of the citizens inside the castle at all. And in fact, the soldiers are just overreacting and exaggerating their response to all of these different really harmless scenarios. This is kind of what happens in the body when we have a mast cell activation syndrome. The mast cells will start to react to things that aren't actually threats to the body, or they overreact to smaller threats, and this kind of works in a domino effect until it's like a wildfire that's hard to stop. I hope this has made a little bit more sense to you about what mast cells are and how they protect the body, but also how they can act up. If you are seeking help for this type of thing, if you want more information about mast cell activation syndrome, please feel free to put up your hand and reach out to us at the clinic, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. And keep your eye out on the YouTube page, in our group on Facebook as well, for more mast cell activation syndrome videos and resources and information. Take care and happy eating.